Hello, Vayenuayuri Richie, Croeso video newydd. Not bad that, is it? Not bad. Alright, let me translate. Hello everyone, my name is Richie and welcome back to another video. That's sort of what it was meant to say in Welsh. Welcome back to another expectation video, and today we're talking about the upcoming Cardiff City Network. So if you've not seen a video like this from me before, I basically talk about an upcoming route. I talk a little bit about the layers, the timetable, the route features, all that sort of good stuff. And today we're going to be talking about the very highly anticipated Cardiff City Network. I'm so excited for this route, I can't wait. Of course, I'm going to go into some information about the route and condense it into a nice little 10 to 15 minute package, but there is a couple of articles already out, so I highly recommend you go and check them out. So with all that said and done, let's see what we can expect to see from the Cardiff City Network. Oh, I'm excited for this one. So let's start where we always do, with a little bit of initial information. What can we expect from the route? How much is it? When's it coming out? All that sort of good stuff. So first off, I've got the route map from the latest article, and you can see the route here. This looks absolutely stunning. Look at this, we've got branches everywhere. This looks insane. It's kind of giving me vibes of Cathcart Circle. Of course, we've got in the centre of the route here, we've got Cardiff Central, obviously. Cardiff Bay down here. It goes down to Penarth, I believe, down here. And then Raider and then Curriton as well. I did do a little pronunciation of each of these stations in a stream the other day, but I'm going to try and practice them for when the route comes out very soon, so that I can nail it every time. But yeah, it's the first Welsh route to come to Train Sim World. I'm so excited for that. I can't wait to see Wales in the game. We've got 6 different endpoints, as you can see, and also we get the Transport for Wales BR Class 153 and the 150 as well. Oh, plenty of stuff. Of course, in true Dovetail fashion, there is a first look video that has been uploaded to their channel, so I highly recommend you go and watch that. There's a little snippet of the 153 and the 150, and also, you know, some route scenery and all that sort of good stuff, so that'll be linked in the description. So a bit of an overview of the initial information. So the route features 20 miles, 19 stations. It's a dense commuter featuring DMUs, which you all know I'm very happy about. And of course, it's the first Welsh route to come to Train Sim World, and I hope to see more Welsh routes in the future. The included rolling stock is the Class 150-2, the Class 153-3 and the Class 153-9. Some layered stock, which we'll go into a little later, is the Great Western Express Class 43 and Class 166. And of course, we've got the Class 66 as well. The route pricing is £29.99 and the release date is the 18th of March 2025, which is in a week's time if I upload this on the Tuesday prior. So next, let's talk a little bit about the included rolling stock, the Class 150, the Class 153-3 and the Class 153-9. So here we go, here's a picture of all the included units. As you can see, we've got the 153-3 there, we've got the 150 there and the 153-9. So we get 2 different variants of the 153. And of course, you can see they're all in the wonderful Transport for Wales livery, which is it's a nice livery, but you know, I prefer the Arriva Trains Wales liveries, the sort of bluey one from the mid 2010s. Here's a picture of the 150, and I think this is 2 coupled up 153s. It looks like it. And here's another picture of the 153-3, which looks incredibly realistic. Look at the weathering and stuff on that. That looks fantastic. So for the included rolling stock, the Class 153 is a new unit to Train Sim World, and it's a diesel rail car, which is, I think, the first rail car we've got in Train Sim World. We get 2 variants of the Class 153 with the -3 and the -9, which I think have different cabs and interiors and all sorts of stuff. Initially, the Class 153s were actually 155s, but I think they split them up and then they made them all diesel rail cars. That's why it's going to be interesting, because like each cab will be different, because the middle one essentially used to be the centre of a 153. And they've mentioned that you can couple the 153 to the 150, the 170, the 158 and the 142, so that's going to be a lot of fun there. As for the Class 150-2, it was first seen in West Cornwall local. The less said about that, the better. And hopefully it's got some new sounds. They've also confirmed that there's some new door controls, there's electronic destination boards and a new headlight design. So the 150 has been reworked, so hopefully it's got some new sounds. So next, let's talk a little bit about the layered services you'll see on this route. And I don't think there's anything playable, but there is plenty of AI services, including this, the wonderful GWR Class 166, and also the HST, the wonderful GWR Class 43. And it's going to be so nice to see this like along another part of the Great Western Main Line, sort of. You know, obviously Cardiff falls on the Great Western Main Line, sort of, which runs along the south coast of Wales. So it's going to be really nice to see a GWR HST where it should kind of be. And of course, it'll make Cardiff feel nice and busy, which will be very nice. I think I have actually been, not on a HST, but on one of the GWR 800s into Cardiff City before. Of course, we'll also see the Class 66 as well. I don't actually have an image for that. So we'll see a couple of AI bits as well along the route, but I don't think there is anything playable in service mode. So next, let's talk about a potential DLC we could see for this route. So if they were ever to make a Loco DLC for this route, what could we see? This is purely speculative, right? This is sort of a, if they were to make a Loco DLC or a pack or something for this route, what would it be? And I've got two options that I personally would like to see. The wonderful Transport for Wales Class 231, which they have said that the 150 and the 153 actually do represent these services, but it'd be cool to have a flirt train in the game, wouldn't it? I know that we've got that one flirt train on the the Luzerne-Sursee route, but to have like a UK one, it'd be very cool. And these trains look absolutely fantastic as well. Really nice in the Transport for Wales livery. Of course, this would be nice to have because it's nice and new, but there is one thing I would love to see if it was a Loco DLC, and not just for this route, for any potential Welsh route in the future, and it would be this, the Transport for Wales Class 158. I love the 158. Of course, for this to come to the game, this would have to be courtesy of Skyhook Games, and it'd be really, really cool. I would love to see it. Of course, when I lived in Wales, I travelled on these all the time from Birmingham to like Aberystwyth, so these are an icon for me, and they are fantastic. But yeah, I'd definitely like to see a Class 158 Loco DLC if they were going to make it. So let me know in the comments, what Loco DLC would you like to see if they were going to make one for this route? So next, let's talk a little bit about the timetable, and this is my favourite bit of these videos. I love to go and get some research and see what sort of service patterns and whatever else we've got. So I've got some timetables from Transport for Wales' website, so let's have a little look at what sort of service patterns we've got. So this is the first one. This is Corriton to Cardiff Central, which you can see is 2 trains per hour. I've got this one, which is Cardiff City to Penarth, which are every 15 minutes. That's 4 trains an hour. This is a timetable for the Rhymney branch, which goes as far as Heath High Level, and the trains are every 10 minutes. I've got this timetable for the Merthyr Tydfil and the Pontypridd lines, which go as far as Rhaeadr. There's actually 2 ways to get to Rhaeadr. So there's the slow lines, which has trains every 30 minutes, and then you've got the fast lines, which go via Llandav, which is about, I think they're every 10 minutes, every 15 minutes or so. So yeah, here's a bit of a breakdown of these service patterns. So there's 2 trains per hour up to Corriton, 4 trains per hour up to Penarth, 6 trains per hour to Heath High Level. There's another 6 trains per hour to Rhaeadr via Llandav, and then 2 trains per hour via Ninian Park. And then of course we've got 4 trains per hour to Cardiff Bay. So if my maths is correct, that's around about 24 trains per hour in each direction. So that's pretty nuts. Of course, many of these services will be around 30 minutes. Some of them will probably be like 5 to 10 minutes. The Cardiff Bay services will be quite short. So when I've done a bit of maths and also looked at the article, it said that there's around about 500 services. So there's going to be a lot of services on this route. It's going to be very, very busy. So now that we've talked a little bit about the timetable, let's talk a little bit about the route features. What sort of landmarks can we see? What sort of key stations are there? You know, let's have a little look at what you can expect to see on the route. So I'm starting off with this, the Principality Stadium, or the Millennium Stadium, I think it used to be called, which is obviously the very big rugby stadium in Cardiff City. I think the station isn't too far away. I think it's somewhere around here, so you'll definitely see this on the horizon at some point. We've also got this, the Cardiff Docks, which I think you should see from Cardiff Bay. This would be quite significant, so you'll also see that. And here's a picture of Cardiff Central itself. Obviously, you can see the Principality Stadium in the background there, so very, very close indeed. You can also see how built up it is. Look at this. It's going to look absolutely incredible. It is going to feel a bit like a Glasgow Cathcart Circle. That's the sort of vibe I'm going to get from this route. So a bit of a breakdown of the route features. So this route includes many different branches, which include the Corriton line, the Merthyr line, the City line, the Butetown branch line, and the Penarth branch. So that's 5 different branches. 5 different branches and 6 different places to end in. That's nuts. How crazy is that? Now that I think about it, this might be the route with the most amount of branches. Is there any other routes that have this many branches? And of course, we've got a couple of points of interest in the Principality Stadium, the Cardiff Docks. There's also Canton Depot, which I think sees some 66 services. And also, we've got Cardiff Central Station. So, quite a lot to see on this route, considering it's only like 20 miles. And that's pretty much it. That is everything you can expect to see from the Cardiff City Network, which I'm very excited about. But before I get into my final thoughts, let me know what you think in the comments. Are you looking forward to this route? Let me know. As for my final thoughts, I am genuinely so excited for this route. I've been asking for a Welsh route for years, so I'm so glad to finally be seeing one. For those of you that didn't know, I did actually live in Wales for a couple of years. I lived on the Cambrian coastline, so that's a route I'd like to see, but the fact that we've got some Transport for Wales branding in the game is very exciting. I do kind of feel like this will be very similar to Cathcart Circle, which is a route that I very much enjoyed, and that was also the introductory route for Scotland, so this will be the same thing really. So hopefully in the future we'll see some more Welsh stuff. I certainly would like to see it. So yeah, with all that said and done, let me know what you think about Cardiff City Network. Let me know if you're getting it and whether you're looking forward to it. So thank you all for watching this video. I've been Richie, and I'll hopefully see you all next time. Bye bye.